After church on Ash Wednesday, I asked Dr. Jeremy Chessman if he could please sing that beautiful peace prayer we sang at the service, the peace prayer of St. Francis, and you can hear that behind me. I'm going to use that as an introduction to our second episode of Faith Journeys. I'd like to introduce to you two beautiful people. As you listen to them, please hold your tears but celebrate the joy in their hearts and the blessings they are to us and to our community, and they are our examples. May God journey with them. Here we have Tyrone and Sunny Bird. Welcome to this Faith Journey series. This is our second episode with Sunny and Tyrone Bird. I was so blessed to visit with Sunny and Tyrone this morning, and I had some questions and some wonderful time of sharing the journey that they are on. As you know, Tyrone Bird is suffering from pancreatic cancer. This journey had been hard, a totally unexpected illness that came from nowhere. But at the same time, in the last few months, I have so much enjoyed Tyrone and Sunny in this journey that they are on, how positive and trusting that they are in this journey that they are on. So I would like to introduce Tyrone and Sunny Bird and listen to bits and pieces of the journey they have taken and how their faith in God, their connection with the church community, and all that is going on in their lives, how they are able to get through these days with deep faith, community connections, and then wonderful doctors and the people that they're connected to. So it's a great joy to introduce to you Sunny and Tyrone Bird. Let us pray that God will walk with them in this journey that they are on and in their suffering and struggles. God is watching over them and they will have the community support of us at St. James and the larger community. Thank you. I want to thank Tyrone and Sunny for this time that they gave me. That is Tyrone Bird, and he is been here for quite some time in Springfield area, and they moved here from
Kansas,
but you lived in Utah.
Yes, we lived in Utah too.
Okay.
And Las Vegas, Nevada.
Okay.
That's where we retired from.
Okay. Did you gamble?
Yes. That's what paid for our move.
Okay. Perfect. That is nice. So are you a lucky guy in gambling? Because
I was then. Yeah.
I never been gambling. Maybe I should take lessons from you.
No.
You don't think so?
No.
So I want to hear the story of you both meeting each other. Yeah.
We met at VFW Post 1753.
Okay.
Sonny was working there, and I'm a veteran of foreign wars.
Okay.
I served in the Army and went to Vietnam for 1 year.
Okay.
So I have a service-connected disability, and now I have cancer.
Okay.
We've been married 23 years.
And was it all fantastic? No troubles?
No. No, it wasn't. At the beginning, it was very rough. But we survived.
You survived, yes. Because you love each other.
Well, you have to.
Yeah. Earlier when we were talking, he said about the reason for the cough. As, he was not ready to let you forget it.
No, and when he met me, I was smoking.
Okay.
Why quit now,
And you never smoked.
No, I never did.
Is she going to ever live out of that smoking problem,
I don't think so.
But you're going to give her a hard time anyway.
Oh yes, I always will.
What is the most scary thing now that you're going through this cancer?
I'm gonna die.
Have you been able to tell Sunny as well as your family that you love them, and are you doing enough now to let them know that you are still in you love them, you care for them? And what will be something that you can tell anyone who's going through life without knowing what comes ahead?
Just have faith in God. Have faith in God and be strong.
What do you think? What, going through this, it's hard for you.
Very. It's the hardest thing I've ever done. Hardest. I never expected everything. But when things have to be done, they have to be done. So you go ahead and do it, just like a job.
Right. Yeah.
You know.
I asked Tyrone when he and Sunny moved to Springfield and give us a gist of a short story of their journey to Springfield.
2014, the fall.
2014.
Yeah.
So you were born in Kansas.
We just lived there for a year.
Oh, just lived. So give me an idea of where you were born and where all you lived.
I was born and raised in Pipestone, Minnesota. I got tired of the extreme cold winters. I moved to Denver, Colorado.
Okay.
Where it was just as cold.
Exactly. Just as cold as.
It was cold, but it wasn't much snow.
Right.
So that made it easier. Then after that, I moved to California, which I didn't care for. Then I moved to Las Vegas, Nevada, where I met Sunny. Then after we retired, we moved this way to be with her brother and his friends.
In Springfield.
Yes.
So how many years since you have lived in Springfield then?
Just 4.
4 years.
Yeah.
4 years.
Since, what, 2013?
14.
14. Yeah. So.
And you have always been an Episcopalian.
Yes.
And you're proud of the fact that you
Yes,
are.
I am. I'm very proud.
Okay. And what do you find what most beautiful about the Episcopal Church?
The closeness that everybody has together. Like one family.
All these changes and all the conflicts in the Episcopal Church, does that affect you or your faith?
No, it hasn't. Things must go on. They must move forward. So I let bygones be bygones, sinners to recover, and to be Episcopalian.
And you came from the Roman Church background, so
Correct.
how is it difficult or has it been hard for you to... That's okay. And that's the piece that I have to record so that I can hear from him saying, for 71 years.
I told her.
It wasn't hard for me is when Ty started taking me to church in Las Vegas, because he used to go every Sunday, and I couldn't go every Sunday is because I worked, and I didn't have that day off. But when I did have off and I did go, I didn't find it any different than the Catholic Church. The only thing, there was a few different things. I really liked the Episcopal Church. So when we went to Utah and we were going all the time, that's when I got the bishop was coming. So I went ahead with a bunch of other people and we were confirmed as Episcopalians because I had already I was already baptized in First Holy Communion and all the other stuff with the Catholic Church. Yeah. So, but otherwise, even the Our Father is something I remember saying when I was in grade school, because I went to a Catholic school. So, no, I like it. I find it like Ty said, everybody feels, I feel like people really care. I mean, sincerely care. It's deep down. And everyone I have met through the church I just love. They're wonderful people. And they treat you good. My son lives here now. He's in Springfield. And we're pretty close. We were always close. And my daughter She has 3 children.
How many grandchildren?
I have 3 grandchildren. There's Jennifer, Jordan, and Courtney. And then I have a great-grandson. So
No other. So her children are your children.
Yes.
And grandkids. In the last few months, when I visited with Sunny and Tyrone, one thing that I found was the neighbors. There are a few girls from the neighborhood who have made their home, Sunny's and Tyrone's home, their home. When they get out of the school, they come to their home and they talk to Sunny, and they are caring and loving and encouraging and positive. They've made their home the home of these children from the neighborhood, which is absolutely beautiful to watch. How wonderful it is that they enjoy the company of Sunny and Tyrone, and how they've become the grandparents for these children from the neighborhood.
they were over last night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the little Skylar,
Mm-hmm.
she loves strawberry pound cake, so she kept begging me for months to get her strawberry pound cake, and I kept saying no. So one day, I don't know, it was last week, I went and I found it, and I said, okay, I'm going to get it. So she came over last night, and she goes, oh, thank you, Sonny, thank you. Oh, this is so good. And I says, well, you can take the rest of it home. I said, Ty had 2 pieces out of it. And she says, oh no, Ty likes it too. We'll share. So they did.
And you are still in love with Marilyn Monroe.
Oh yeah, she's a beauty.
And I want to hear, what's...
Good-looking woman, and plus got my fast cars up there, and
Best cars in Marilyn Monroe.
Monroe. So you don't want a cutout of Marilyn Monroe in here, do you?
Oh, it's okay. I'm used to it now. But no, I don't want to cut out.
So
I would have to hug her.
That's right. Do you have anybody like Marilyn Monroe, maybe Elvis or Schwarzenegger or anybody?
Nah. I like them all.
but I do have a favorite singer too.
Okay.
That's Dean Martin.
Dean Martin.
Yeah.
Do you sing? Can you sing any song?
No, I can't.
You should try.
All I know is I bought a CD of his best love songs.
Okay. By Dean Martin.
Yeah. And that's very entertaining.
Okay. What is it?
Oh, la-de. Oh, da 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 da. Cansare.
Okay.
That's about it.
Maybe you should also sing a song, Tyrone.
I really can't think of any right now. Just that one called Amore. It's supposed to be where he loves people, I guess. And he's got a good voice for that Italian accent that he has. But he's quite the guy. He was.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if I ask you the question about your belief in life after, life beyond this world. So do you have fears about it, or are you comfortable with the fact that even though we don't know anything about the future, your faith is strong enough to hold you through it?
Oh, yes. Yep. 'Cause I know I'll be with God.
Okay. What will be the hardest thing for you to leave behind? That's hard, but it's also most beautiful.
So I know he loves me.
Yeah.
Is that you're the second time he said that. Is when we went and saw that Susan she asked him almost the same question you did. And he said me. Well, it's going to be hard for me too. He's my third husband. I'm not hunting around no more. I have to look at it that way. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I get sad. So
Correct.
I got to think happy.
You do. You
Yep.
do.
Yep.
Anyway, I think it's a blessing for me to get to know you both and walk with you in this journey. And the Lord is not done just yet with you. We have days, and months and years ahead. But the truth is, having that beautiful, positive attitude to get through and face the next day. And I think that's called faith, facing the next day. In the last Sunday, we talked about the story of transfiguration. And Peter, James, and John, they were on the top of the mountain with Jesus. And Jesus was meeting Moses and Elijah and transfiguring, and his face was shining tremendously. And then Peter said, let us make 3 tents, one for Moses, one for Elijah, and one for Jesus. Okay? And so let's make 3 tents. We don't need to go down. And then the fathers, they heard the sound of God and said, listen to my son. Instead of talking too much right now, could you please just listen? Which is the difficult thing for us is to listen to another person. And then, so the thought was that we all want to freeze good moments in life, because we think we can go back to those good moments when we want, And so freezing the good moments are so real. But the faith wants us to go forward, not freeze the past. How do we go forward? That's where true faith becomes alive. So I think in your case, knowing what is going on, you have to really trust that the Lord will walk with you in the journey for tomorrow. It's easy for us to hold on to what is in the past. Of course, we need that. But also we have to trust the Lord is going to walk with you. And the Lord is going to be with you, Sonny. The Lord is not going to abandon you.
He is.
Yes.
I can feel.
Correct.
There are certain days that I feel He grabs onto me and just says, come on, we got to move forward. Mm-hmm. Let's go. Quit sitting over here doing nothing. Let's go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
yeah.
we do.
Yeah.
Do something.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's wrong.
Yeah. So what will be something you want to share with the people in the church? Your experience of being there, something that you want to tell them.
Well, I pray to God that He'll bless all of you so we can still be together.
We will be together. There is no doubt about it. And you can't escape anybody from this world who are around you, whether you like it or not. We are going to haunt you forever. That's a fact.
Okay.
That's a promise.
I accept.
Oh, that's nice.
So even if it is hard to face uncertain moments in life, particularly life-threatening illness that we encounter sometimes, and when we have to deal with them, it is difficult to keep a positive attitude. So it was a joy to hear the difficulties that how Tyrone and Sunny got through them with some humor, with the support of the community and the support of the church community, and the joy that they shared. If she's going to, do you think she's going to smoke when she gets to heaven?
Oh, you bet. Oh, yeah.
So, what do you think?
She probably will, but I hope God won't let her.
No, he'll probably join me.
No, I won't.
The Lord might join you in
Yes.
smoke. That's quite possible. See, we have no idea, and then Tyrone will be thinking, oh my, what is wrong with you, God?
My dearest God, quit following Sonny.
Take your own path.
That'll be a good lesson for God too.
Yeah.
Yes. You have to tell the Lord, for 71 years, I have not done it.
Yep, I haven't. And I won't do it either, Lord.
Sunny is never going to forget how Tyrone was after her to quit smoking. And now when we get to heaven, how God is going to take up smoking with Sunny and what Tyrone thinks about it. Receiving communion and being visited by the church members was one of the greatest blessings of their daily life. In the last few months, when they went through hardest time, they enjoyed the company, the friendship, the phone calls, the notes, and the visits people made to their homes, particularly those who brought communion to Tyrone and Sunny. They are so appreciative of it, and I'm so grateful. Those of you who are into that ministry are doing a wonderful thing by providing care and love and this communion, the presence of the Lord into the lives of Tyrone and Sunny. Thank you for doing that.
Well, I pray to God that He'll bless all of you so we can still be together.
We will be together. There is no doubt about it. If I said this, I'm grateful to God for, fill the blanks. God for.
For me meeting Tyrone.
Okay.
He's my third husband, so...
Best.
And all of a sudden, it was just there. It was like God wanted it to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my first and foremost is I thank God for that.
Okay. And so now it's your turn to say, I'm grateful to God for.
I guess for my life, my happiness, my togetherness with Episcopalians, and I forgive all the people that have caused trouble for me.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. To be able to forgive.
Yes.
Because I think that's the hardest to do.
All is night, may we so light, where all is tea.